Hi, and welcome to Universe Says. I'm Angela Copeland, and today is Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. 11 is my lucky number. I always like days that are 11s, and it's been my lucky number for as long as I can remember, and actually long before I realized that in numerology, I am an 11. So maybe that's why I was always attracted to it. Maybe. But maybe it's going to be my lucky day. May 11th is also, I believe, we're starting a new moon cycle. Good time to plant some intentions for the next month. And it's the second day of a new job that I started. So I'm doing content writing for a marketing agency. So cool. Bubbly week, isn't it? All right, so I have my calendar and we'll see what it has to say for the 11th of May. I've not looked at it, of course, because I never look at it in advance. I don't know who said it, and my reaction is just my gut reaction off the cuff. Sometimes it seems well thought out, and other times not at all. And that's just because that's the magic of being like doing it without rehearsal, without looking in advance, and kind of while this is recorded and I post it later, it is kind of live in my mind, right? I don't do any editing and stuff other than to put a little dissolve at the front and the end, and that's it. All right, so let us see, May 11th. Here we go. I see that it's Anne Frank. Oh, this sounds interesting considering I just started my new job. Laziness may appear attractive, but work gives satisfaction. Yeah, laziness can be nice. We do need to be lazy sometimes, but I don't think of lazy as not accomplishing anything, right? We need moments of restoration. To let the mind wind down, to let the body wind down. And if we stay in work mode all the time, that's when the burnout happens. That's when the dissatisfaction sets in. So laziness may appear attractive, but work gives satisfaction. It is, everybody likes accomplishing something, right? You like to feel that you're accomplishing. Some of us are like list people, write a to-do list and mark through it or check it off or whatever, either a physical list or a one on your phone, right? And your reminders and so forth, maybe a planner that you follow. And it feels good to look back at the end of the day and go, yeah, I accomplished all of that. But I would say that balancing that with times of restoration and knowing that's accomplishing something too is also important. Flat out laziness, not doing anything, not accomplishing anything ever, not having any intention for anything you do, that to me is laziness, and is maybe on its surface looks, oh, wouldn't that be nice? But day in and day out gets to be like depressive, I think, and just boring. And that's why a lot of people who retire from work actually still get involved in something, right? They volunteer somewhere, or they get a part-time job somewhere just to stay mentally and physically sort of engaged with the world around them and not checking out completely. So it makes sense that work is where we have a lot of satisfaction in our life. So Anne Frank, laziness may appear attractive, but work gives satisfaction. Interesting that she would have that kind of insight and wisdom, because of course she died at a very young age. So she was definitely an old soul, as they call them. But she definitely understood. And, probably being holed up in that kind of attic space helped her to realize how unappealing it is to do nothing day in and day out. You know, quarantine with COVID-19 also made folks realize that you had to do something, whether it was baking bread, starting a new hobby like painting, picking up a pen and writing, just walking, something to fill your day was important to feel whole at the end of the day. Otherwise, uh, again, depression and other things set in for folks, especially those that weren't able to engage in some way that was meaningful to them during that time. And some folks are still in that situation. So my heart goes out to those who do find themselves there. All right. So Miss Anne Frank, she has great wisdom from a very young age. I can only imagine what she would have provided the world had she lived a long life. But obviously, this was her destiny for us. So, what do you think about this quote? Laziness may appear attractive, but work gives satisfaction. Do you agree? What does laziness mean to you? What kind of satisfaction do you get from your work? And it doesn't have to be work as in you get paid for, right? It could be making a sourdough loaf. I did my first starter during COVID. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you. Put it in the comments. Tomorrow is Wednesday the 12th, and I intend to be back with another edition of Our Universe Says. And until then, please take care of yourself.